Monday morning runs in the books. It sucked, but it's done. It sucked not because the run itself, it was a progressive run. So it was three 1.2 mile efforts and then a fourth 0.6 mile effort. The run itself was good, was great, but it was like 80 degrees outside, and I think it was 91% humidity or some crap like that. Oh my word. I don't know if I've ever sweat that much in my life. I walked outside and I didn't know if I was supposed to run in swim trunks or my running shorts, but it worked out. It's done. It's in the books. I believe my watch is charging. I think it was 4.2 miles at 8 something pace. I had to look. 4.2 miles at 8:50 pace. And my heart rate was actually only like in the 160s, which I was pretty surprised by considering the humidity and that pace is pretty fast for me right now still. In life news, it's 7:30 a.m. and Lukey's still asleep. This has been incredible. So we started this like sleeping program, I guess we can call it. It's kind of like a sleep training hybrid. And this is the second night of it, and he's doing fantastic. So he's in his own room, meaning Liz and I have our room back, so we can actually watch TV for the first time in like 10 months, which is great. And yeah, last night he got up around 1, and we had we do like pop-ins. We had to do a few pop-ins throughout the course of like 40-ish minutes to help soothe him. Because basically you're training and teaching him how to soothe himself back to sleep is the whole goal. So we were doing some pop-ins around 1. And other than that, I mean, he got up for like 5 minutes. I popped in this morning at 5:10, right before my run. But the kid's doing great. I feel like a new man. I slept almost 7 hours last night. I actually was able to get some REM sleep according to my watch, which I never do. So 7:30, I gotta leave for work in 10 minutes. I might not get to see him before I go to work, which would kind of suck. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's a great thing, 'cause it means he's sleeping great. This is awesome. So, run 1 for the week, done. July 4th run in the books, 4.3 miles, 10:30 pace. Actually, you know, I should really start checking this stuff I'm gonna read to you. 152 average heart rate. It's supposed to be an easy run. That's what it was. Felt really good. It was very humid out there, but it was like 70 degrees or something, maybe 75, I don't know. But it was like 94% humidity. But big news in the life development area. This little man, say hi, bud. Ooh, hi. This little man slept all night in his crib last night. Very impressive stuff out of him. It's only the 3rd night in this like hybrid sleep train program thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's only his 3rd night in it. And we put him down. He missed his afternoon nap, which could have been disastrous. But instead we put him down at like 6:20, 6:30. So we put him down earlier than normal. And he was out cold in his crib in like 10, 15 minutes. And then he like stirred enough to wake me up twice in the middle of the night. Once for like a minute or 2, and the second time for less than a minute. But I don't even think he woke up. It was just kind of like he was turning his head back and forth. Buddy, don't touch that. That can get hot, bud. Our AC, our main part of our house, no, buddy. The main part of the house has a lot of windows, and so it gets very cold in there. So we have to put a very warm in there, which means in his room it gets very, very cold. So we put a space heater to keep his room at the same temperature as the rest of the house. So that's why we have a space heater running in the middle of July. But good run this morning. Both good runs so far this week. So off to a good start. Heading up to my parents for July 4th today. So probably gonna eat like crap, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? Wednesday morning run in the books. I believe it was 3.9 miles, 9:25 pace. Interval run. The intervals I thought were gonna be kind of bad. It was 6.3 mile intervals, the slowest of which was 7:50. The fastest was 7:15 pace, which 7:15 pace is typically really fast for me. But I felt really strong out there. My heart rate actually never even reached anaerobic, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I feel like you'd want it to reach anaerobic during speed work. But I was trying to make sure I hit the pace because I was worried at the start of the paces that I wasn't going to be able to have enough energy to reach the 7:15 pace. Because holding that for like a little over a quarter of a mile, it didn't seem like it was going to be that easy of a task. But I felt really strong. That my average heart rate for the whole thing, which included obviously like 60-second rests, 1.2 mile warm-ups, 0.6 mile cooldown. My average heart rate was 155 for the whole thing. But it got into the 170s during the intervals. But yeah, I felt strong. It's the last speed work of the week. So we'll have 4.3 miles tomorrow, 4.3 miles Friday, and I think the long run's 8.8 with a few intervals in there to push pace a little bit. So I'll take the next 2 easy runs really easy because if you remember last week, our long run sucked. We don't want our long run to suck this week, and easy runs are supposed to be easy. So make sure we keep those easy. But we're seeing some progress. It's crazy. We're already in week 3 out of 12, I think, or 13. It's getting close fast. So time to shower, get to work. I feel like this is the first morning this week that's been like this. I could be wrong, but it is 6:30 right now. No run this morning. I'm dressed to run, you might notice, but Sir Luca over there decided to get up at around 4:40-ish. Per the training program thing we're doing, we tried to get him back to sleep over the next hour or so, and there were moments where he'd fall asleep for 3 or 4 minutes and then wake back up. He was just ready to get up. He wasn't tired, I guess. So as of was it good, bud? Is it yummy? As of 5:40-ish, I don't know, it was around an hour of us progressively trying to get him back to sleep. We just let him win, so he's up for the day. So my run's gonna get pushed to lunch, which is not the end of the world. I actually don't know what temperature's supposed to be like today. It's supposed to get to 90 today, apparently. I don't know if this is yesterday's forecast or today's, but that would suck. But I'll make some coffee this morning, and then what are you doing? And then get the day going. I also yesterday launched, I say launched like it's some official thing. I noticed on Instagram that my personal Instagram account was available for the broadcast channel thing. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I started one for running, and 350 something of you joined already, which is awesome. I expected it to be less popular than that, but also Instagram launched Threads yesterday. Just documenting that for the history books because, I don't know, it could take over Twitter. The Foundation's account was account 250,000. My personal account was account 500-some thousand. And there was 5 minutes between them, and apparently over 10 million people have already joined as of midnight last night, which is crazy. So, who knows? Maybe Threads is where it's at. I'm still going to be a Twitter guy for at least a little bit, but I'll probably just whatever I tweet. Thread, is that what we're calling it? Send out a thread? I don't know. Doing a little run walk because the heat is it's just jacking me up heart rate wise. So I'm trying to keep my heart rate in zone 2 as much as possible. So I'm running, trying to keep my run low. Once I push for a few minutes, I say push. I'm running right now at 10:30s. push for a few minutes, walk for a minute, run for a few minutes. I've heard a lot about run walking. I've never really done it, but today feels like the right day to do it. It's supposed to be an easy run. I don't want to gas myself out because I want to be as ready as I can be for long run on Saturday. So don't want to gas myself out today or on tomorrow's easy run. So 3.06 miles in, probably at like an 11-minute pace average right now. Time to start running again. Easy run, quote unquote, done. Pro move, remembered my towel today, so I'm not getting the car all gross. Gosh, it was hot. My car says it's 89 now. Don't know how accurate that is. My autofocus just locked. Oh well. Car says it's 89 now. I would imagine it's closer to like 85-ish, but it could be 89. It's 12:30 now. That sucked. 10:50 average pace. Average heart rate ended up being, I believe it was 158 for 4.3 miles. I went straight across the street, got a Gator Light, pounded that. Got a bunch of water now, about to pound that. Head back to work for the rest of the day. Yeah, that was rough, but you know what? We got out there, we got it done. Friday morning coffee is being made. It's 6 o'clock. This little guy slept all night. He's eating a little cookie and some apple juice. He slept great, which is fantastic. It's been a few days recently that hasn't been true. But Friday mornings, I always have to be at work at 7 instead of 8. So, plus this morning we have our monthly meeting. So I got to be there probably like 6:45-ish, 6:50-ish. And so that means I'm running on lunch no matter what. It's just tough. Did you eat that whole cookie? Where's the cookie? Well, if he ate it, he swallowed it. So, anyways, lunch run will be happening again today. It's supposed to be very hot again today. Yeah, it's supposed to be really hot outside, buddy. It's gonna be a really hot, sucky, crappy, sweaty run. Does that sound? Oh, camera wasn't pointing at you. Does that sound like fun? Yeah. So that's the game plan for today. Part of me wants to just wait till I get home tonight and run. We have a treadmill here. I hate running on a treadmill, but it's at least cold. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Game plan is to run during lunch break. Saturday morning long run time is here. Yesterday's run, I don't think I recorded anything about. I ran on my lunch break. It was very hot again, but it wasn't too bad. Kind of sucked, but wasn't too bad. But this morning we got 8.8 miles with 2 speed intervals in the midst. So it's like 1.9 miles and then 1.9 miles at like an 8:30 pace, and then I think like 1.9 miles and then 1.9 at interval at 8:30 pace, and then 1.9 or 1.2 or whatever, something like that. So it's gonna be a tough run. It's hot, it's humid out. 6:15, so a little later start than normal, but I'm gonna send it here in a second. Got G1M Sport, low carbohydrate and electrolytes, and then salted caramel honey stinger waffle. Throw that down pre-run, and then I might try a new flavor of goo on the long run today. But that's the game plan. We're gonna run here, so a lot hillier than the Blackwater Creek Trail, but at least it's like up and down, not just down and up, is what it is. I don't know what to freaking do. Pause my run for a second. I'm 1.4 miles into the first like speed part of this long run, and 8:20 is just too fast with these hills and my current conditioning. I mean, I'm overall, I don't even know where I'm at, 1.2 point, if I'm point, holy frick, I'm 3 point some miles in, I think. But I have to run 8.8, so I have 5 more miles. After this next half mile, I get to slow down a little bit. But I got so much more uphill to go. I don't want to quit. I'm upset at myself I even just paused it. But I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to just cruise the 8.8, whatever pace I need to. Another part of me thinks push the parts I'm supposed to push, cruise the parts I'm not. I don't know what the right answer is, but I am on the struggle bus right now, hardcore. But this is why you run, to push through mental blocks like this, and then when I'm done with my run, hopefully I've done something I can be proud of. I'm not gonna be able to complete this workout. My body's, well, not my body, because my lungs feel great. I got all the cardio in the world. My legs, they're like shutting down on me. It's hard for me to pick them up. They're not quite cramping, but they're so fatigued. I don't know how to, I've never really felt this before. I don't really know how to describe what my legs feel like. I'm sure some of you watching this, if you're runners, might know, and maybe you can help me. Only thing I can think of is my hydration and nutrition for the week. That's got to be it. I mean, I got to focus on that more, I guess. We're 5.4 miles in. We're just, pace is out the window. We're gonna run a little bit of a shorter way home. We're not gonna do the second speed interval. Probably end up being close to 8 miles. Probably end up being close to like 11 or 12 minute pace. I'm just gonna shoot to you straight. This sucks. It's very discouraging to me. Really upsets me. I feel like I should have more in the tank to give right now, and I'm like fighting a mental battle of like, am I just being mentally weak, giving up right now, or do my legs actually feel like this? And then I keep telling myself I'm mentally weak. I start running, and no, my legs just can't do it. We're gonna run as much as we can home, and then I'm gonna just research a lot more like what I should be eating, and how much water I should be drinking every day, and try to this upcoming week really stick to that. Because I mean, man, so many of my runs this week felt good. So it's the really sucky part, because like I felt strong most of the week. I don't know if it's the humidity. I don't know if I didn't drink enough water yesterday. I mean, I am water right now. I have barely any water left in this. But I'm at least 2.5 miles from home. So got to finish that, and then I'll let you know what happens when I get there. Back home, we survived, barely, but we survived 8 miles. Ended up being at a 10:40 pace. I was able to walk home. I don't know what just happened to me out there. I don't know. I'm hoping one of you has an answer. You felt it before. The only way I can describe it is it was like my muscles didn't want to work anymore. Like they weren't cramping. It just felt like they weighed like 1,000 pounds to like lift off the ground. Like I would rather them have been cramping, because then I could have just been like, oh, okay, I'm cramping up, let's just stop. But like I could keep going. It just was extremely difficult to even run close to like my normal recovery pace. It was like next to impossible. So I don't know what just happened to me. 29 miles for the week. That's the most I've ever ran. Maybe that has something to do with it. I think it's got to be my hydration / nutrition. So if you have any advice, any tips, I'm at a low point right now. I'm very disappointed in myself. I feel like that run was a failure. But I did 8 miles. I just don't want to have to keep saying, but I did blah, blah, blah. Like I want to just freaking finish a good run, which I did. I did this week. Every other run this week, some of them were really hot and just felt awful. And I ran walk because it was an easy run and it was literally like 95 degrees. And like, but I felt like I could have kept going. I didn't run walk because I was like done. I was like trying to conserve energy for this run. I felt like I did that until I got out there. So yeah, I don't know. Week's not enough.